They thought they could control her, but Princess Charlotte had other ideas. Like her grandmother Diana before her, she's refusing to follow the rules. Now, the palace is in crisis, and even King Charles can't stop what's coming. The young princess has made her choice, and the entire royal family is holding its breath. Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana was born on May 2, 2015. Her arrival at the Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in London was eagerly awaited by people around the world. This was the same hospital where her father, Prince William, and older brother, Prince George, were born. Her birth announcement followed royal tradition, with a proclamation placed on an easel outside Buckingham Palace. At the same time, it embraced modernity, being shared widely through the royal family's social media accounts. This mix of old and new reflected how Charlotte's early years would be a balance of tradition and a fresh approach to royal life. 2 days after her birth, her name was revealed. Charlotte honored her grandfather, Prince Charles. Elizabeth paid tribute to her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. And Diana was a heartfelt nod to her late grandmother, Princess Diana. The carefully chosen name connected her to the family's legacy while symbolizing a bridge to the future. Her christening on July 5, 2015, was a memorable event. Thousands of people gathered at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham to catch a glimpse of the young princess. She wore a replica of the royal christening gown first used in 1841 by Queen Victoria's eldest daughter. The ceremony itself was intimate, with just 21 guests and 5 godparents, none from the royal family, a break from tradition that reflected a more modern touch. From a young age, Charlotte captured attention not only for her royal status, but also for her striking resemblance to her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Many noticed their similarities, and by her second birthday, some even nicknamed her Lilibet, after the Queen's childhood nickname. This likeness added another layer of fascination to the young princess. Charlotte's birth was a historic moment in British royalty. For the first time, a princess would not lose her place in the line of succession to a younger brother. Thanks to the Succession to the Crown Act 2013, male preference primogeniture was abolished for those born after October 28, 2011. This ensured Charlotte remained fourth in line to the throne, following her grandfather, Prince Charles, her father, Prince William, and her older brother, Prince George, even after her younger brother, Prince Louis, was born in 2018. Her position in the royal family became a symbol of modernization and gender equality within the monarchy. The excitement surrounding Charlotte's birth was immense. It was estimated her arrival would boost the British economy by millions of pounds through tourism and merchandise sales. London landmarks like the London Eye and Tower Bridge were lit up in pink to celebrate her birth. Her parents, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, chose to break from tradition by sharing the first official portraits of Charlotte themselves. Taken by Kate Middleton at their home in Norfolk, these photos showed a natural and relaxed family, winning over the public even more. A particularly popular image showed Prince George kissing his baby sister on the forehead, highlighting the close bond between the siblings. As Charlotte grew, her early public appearances attracted significant attention. Her first major outing was her christening, where she arrived in a vintage pram pushed by her mother, Kate. This blend of royal history and personal touches became a theme in her life. Her first official portrait, released at 6 months old, showed her sitting on a gingham chair, wearing a pink cardigan. The cardigan quickly sold out, marking the start of the Charlotte effect, where her outfits sparked a frenzy among fashion enthusiasts. Charlotte's debut on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the Trooping the Colour in June 2016 was unforgettable. Dressed in a pale pink dress matching her mother's outfit, she waved to the crowd with surprising confidence for a 13-month-old, solidifying her charm and popularity. These appearances highlighted her ease with public life and her ability to captivate audiences even as a toddler. Her relationships with her siblings, Prince George and Prince Louis have shown her personality as a confident, protective, and nurturing sister. Official photos often depict her holding George's hand or whispering to him during events, showcasing her natural leadership despite being younger. During Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, Charlotte was seen correcting George's posture and reminding him of royal etiquette, revealing her thoughtful and guiding nature. When Prince Louis was born in 2018, Charlotte took on the role of a big sister with enthusiasm. At his christening, she was heard telling photographers they couldn't come in, showing her protective side. She has since been spotted holding Louis's hand and keeping an eye on him during public events. These interactions have further endeared her to the public, highlighting the close bond between the royal siblings. Meanwhile, Prince William and Kate Middleton are raising their children in a way that is very different from the traditional royal upbringing. A royal expert, Jenny Bond, explained how their approach is modern and focuses on family first, making them seem more relatable and down-to-earth compared to previous royal generations. Their parenting style is a big shift from how royals were typically raised, where duty often came before family. Jenny Bond shared that William and Kate put a lot of effort into creating a loving and supportive environment for their 3 children: Prince George, who is 11, Princess Charlotte, who is 9, and Prince Louis, who is 6. This style is influenced by Kate's own childhood. She grew up in a stable and happy home with her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, and she seems to want the same for her children. Jenny described Kate's parenting as soft and nurturing, where she listens to her children's feelings, doesn't yell, and lets them express themselves, even when they are upset or throwing tantrums. This approach is very different from how Queen Elizabeth and King Charles raised their children. The late Queen Elizabeth had enormous responsibilities as a young mother when she became the monarch at just 25 years old. Her royal duties kept her very busy, and there wasn't much time to focus on her children. King Charles also grew up in this environment where duty often came before family. When Charles and Princess Diana had William and Harry, their marriage troubles made things even harder. Charles often retreated to his study to deal with work, and he wasn't as present for his sons as they might have needed. Jenny Bond mentioned that instead of playing football with his boys or spending more time with them, Charles was preoccupied with his royal responsibilities. William's childhood was shaped by these experiences. Growing up, he and Harry felt the effects of their parents' difficult marriage and the pressures of being in a royal family. However, William doesn't hold any grudges against his father for putting duty first. According to royal correspondent Robert Jobson, William respects Charles's dedication to his role as a royal, but William also recognizes that this approach left him and Harry feeling overlooked at times, which affected their relationship with their father. Because of this, William has made it a priority to be a very involved and present father. He wants his children to grow up surrounded by love and to have happy memories of their childhood. Kate fully supports this vision and works with William to create a strong and loving bond with their kids. Jenny Bond believes this could lead to very positive outcomes for George, Charlotte, and Louis, helping them grow up with a balanced and happy upbringing. She described their home as being wrapped in a bubble of love, which contrasts sharply with the more formal and duty-focused environments of previous royal generations. Princess Charlotte is showing so much love and care for her mother, the Princess of Wales, as she battles cancer. Charlotte has become very protective of her mom and looks after her in sweet and thoughtful ways. At Trooping the Colour last month, Charlotte stood close to her mother on the Buckingham Palace balcony, chatting with her and staying by her side. Kate, the Princess of Wales, shares a close and precious connection with Charlotte. Their bond is deeply valued by Kate, especially because of her own close relationship with her mother. This mother-daughter friendship is important to Kate, and it's clear that Charlotte shares the same love and care for her. During Trooping the Colour, there was a small but touching moment that showed Charlotte's thoughtfulness. Rainy weather caused the carriage windows to steam up, making it hard to wave to the crowds. Both Kate and Charlotte wiped the windows, but when Kate stopped, Charlotte continued cleaning so they could greet their fans. It was a simple but kind gesture. Charlotte also kept an eye on her little brother, Prince Louis, making sure he behaved throughout the event, showing how much she cares for her family. After the event, Kate was exhausted, as it had been a long and demanding day. Despite her struggles, she has shared moments of vulnerability, showing that even though she is a royal, she faces the same emotions and challenges as anyone else. Kate's strength and openness inspire many, proving that she is not just fighting for herself, but also for her family and country. Her resilience shows the kind of queen she will one day become. But, as a child, she has mischievous and adorable side. During the 2017 Trooping the Color, Princess Charlotte became the center of attention with her adorable and playful expressions. Standing on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, she charmed everyone by looking up at the plains in amazement and peering down to see the cheering crowds along the mall. Her expressions changed quickly, from awe to giggles, as the loud planes flew overhead, creating a moment that warmed hearts everywhere. Charlotte's natural curiosity and innocent joy stole the show that day, leaving the crowd mesmerized. At Pippa Middleton's wedding, Princess Charlotte's cheeky side came out. She was one of the bridesmaids, dressed in an adorable outfit, complete with a floral crown. While Princess Catherine tried to keep the group of young bridesmaids and page boys in order, Charlotte couldn't resist a little mischief. She stuck out her tongue and flashed a playful smile, much to the amusement of the crowd. Holding her flower basket upside down, she showed her carefree and spirited nature. It was a moment of pure childhood charm that had everyone smiling. Charlotte's bold personality shone through again at her brother Prince Louis's christening. Walking beside her father, Prince William, she confidently turned to the photographers and told them, "You're not coming," with a cheeky tone that reflected her growing sense of independence. The family was heading to a private tea at Clarence House with close relatives, including King Charles III and Queen Camilla. Charlotte's remark became a standout moment, showing how even as a young child, she had a way of capturing attention. At Princess Eugenie's wedding, Charlotte showed another side of her personality. After waving enthusiastically to the crowd, she suddenly placed her hand on her face in an exaggerated gesture, as if overwhelmed. This playful facepalm moment was both funny and endearing, adding a touch of lightheartedness to the royal ceremony. It was these small, unscripted moments that made Charlotte so relatable and loved by the public. In 2019, during the Trooping the Color, Charlotte's reaction to the noisy aircraft was unforgettable. Standing on the Buckingham Palace balcony with her family, she covered her ears to block out the sound of the planes flying overhead. Dressed in a beautiful blue dress, she managed to look both elegant and adorably playful at the same time. Her reaction was yet another reminder of her fun and lively nature, delighting everyone who watched. That same year, at a charity polo match, Charlotte surprised everyone by showing off her soccer skills. She kicked the ball with enthusiasm and confidence, impressing onlookers. Dressed in a charming summer dress and sandals, she seemed completely at ease as she joined in the fun, proving that she could hold her own on the field. Her energy and natural talent left a lasting impression on everyone at the event. Charlotte's playful side was also on full display at the King's Cup Sailing Regatta. While watching the race with her mother, Princess Catherine, she was asked to wave at the crowd. Instead, Charlotte stuck out her tongue, drawing laughs from onlookers. Despite Catherine's gentle attempts to encourage proper behavior, Charlotte's mischievous streak took over. Her playful antics stole the spotlight, making her the star of the event. In her official 5th birthday portraits, Charlotte's charm was captured beautifully. Taken by her mother, the photos showed Charlotte in a black and white checkered dress, her confident smile lighting up the image. Shared widely on social media, the pictures melted hearts around the world. Even her grandfather, King Charles III and Queen Elizabeth II sent warm wishes, making it a special moment for the young princess. At the 2022 Trooping the Color, during Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, Charlotte once again caught everyone's attention. As the planes roared above, she covered her ears to block out the noise. Standing between her brothers, Prince George and Prince Louis, she showed a mix of playful annoyance and fascination. This moment became one of the most memorable highlights of the Jubilee celebrations, marking a historic event with Charlotte's unmistakable charm. Charlotte's confidence shone brightly during a visit to Cardiff Castle, where she tried her hand at conducting a band. With a baton in hand, she led the musicians in a rendition of "We Don't Talk About Bruno," her joyful laughter and playful head tilts making the moment unforgettable. Her parents and brother George watched proudly as Charlotte embraced the spotlight with ease. At Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, Charlotte's sense of responsibility as an older sister was evident. When she noticed her brother, Prince George, leaning on the balcony railing, she quickly nudged him to stand properly. Her subtle but firm guidance showed her understanding of royal etiquette, even at such a young age. Meanwhile, Princess Charlotte is already showing signs of having her own dreams and ambitions, even as a little girl. Despite being third in line to the throne, reports say she has different plans for her future. Her family often talks to her about important topics, and after learning about the National Health Service, NHS, and the work done by its employees, Charlotte has expressed an interest in becoming a nurse. This idea made her parents very proud. A source from the palace mentioned that although she's still very young, Kate and William wouldn't be surprised if nursing became an important part of her future. The insider described Charlotte as a kind and caring child who knows what she wants. While her role in the royal family will be significant as she grows older, her parents are supportive of her exploring a path that reflects her interests. William and Kate have always been seen as modern parents, balancing royal traditions with giving their children more independence and opportunities to develop their own identities. It is expected that Charlotte might take on responsibilities similar to those of Princess Anne, the sister of King Charles. Princess Anne is known for her hard work and dedication to royal duties, and Charlotte will likely take on important family roles and titles as she grows older. She will join her younger brother, Prince Louis, in representing the royal family in various capacities. However, Kate and William have made it clear that they want their younger children, including Charlotte, to have more freedom in choosing their own paths. Royal experts have shared their thoughts on this approach. Camilla Tominey, a well-known royal commentator, believes that William and Kate will support Charlotte and Louis in pursuing their own careers if they decide to. They want their children to feel a sense of purpose and avoid becoming overly dependent on their royal status. Camilla specifically mentioned that they would not want Louis to follow the path of the Duke of York, who has faced criticism for being seen as a royal hanger-on. Former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond added that William and Kate are very aware of the challenges faced by younger royals who are not direct heirs to the throne, often referred to as spares. She explained that they will make sure that Charlotte and Louis feel just as valued and loved as their older brother, Prince George, who is first in line to the throne. Bond also highlighted that William and Kate are committed to raising their children in a modern way, ensuring they grow up with strong self-esteem and a clear sense of their own worth. When it comes to their son Louis, Bond suggested that he could pursue a career in the military, work for a non-profit organization, or follow any path that interests him. She believes that education will be a priority for all their children, just as it was for William and Kate themselves. Both attended university, where they not only studied but also fell in love. Similarly, they will likely encourage their children to experience university life and find their passions. Richard Eden, a journalist for the Daily Mail, also supports the idea that Charlotte won't be a full-time royal. He stated that William and Kate want her to grow up with the expectation that she will have a career and won't rely solely on her royal duties. This reflects the couple's desire to prepare their children for a more modern and balanced life. Moreover, Charlotte has a deep love for dance. Her mother, Kate Middleton, often talks about Charlotte's passion, sharing how she takes weekly private ballet lessons at a school in South London. This dedication to dance feels even more special when we remember that Diana also began taking private dance lessons after she married Prince Charles, now King Charles. It's almost like Charlotte is continuing Diana's graceful legacy in her own way. Charlotte's interest in dance doesn't stop at ballet. She also loves tap dancing, which adds a fun and lively twist to her passion. Kate has shared how much joy dance brings to Charlotte and encourages others to follow their own passions for movement. At one event, Kate even told a young girl who loved dance to keep at it, mentioning that Charlotte enjoys both ballet and tap. One particularly sweet story shows just how much dance means to Charlotte. During the Together at Christmas Carol concert on December 6th, Kate planned a special surprise for her daughter. Performers from the Royal Ballet were set to appear, but Kate wanted it to be a secret so Charlotte could enjoy the moment to the fullest. She even enlisted the help of Charlotte's little brother, Prince Louis, who was only 6 at the time, to keep the surprise. On the day of the concert, Charlotte's excitement and happiness were clear as she watched the dancers perform. It was a magical moment for her, full of the wonder and joy that dance brings. Diana's own journey with dance makes this connection even more meaningful. She didn't just take lessons, she embraced dance as a way to express herself and find joy. One of Diana's most iconic moments was when she surprised a charity audience by performing to Uptown Girl. She worked with her dance teacher, Anne Allen, and famous performer Wayne Sleep to create the routine in secret. Only they knew about it beforehand. Diana's excitement for the performance was clear, but her husband, Prince Charles, didn't seem to feel the same. According to Anne Allen's memoir, Dancing with Diana, Charles gave a brief, "Well done, darling," before turning his attention elsewhere. Diana later shared that she felt Charles didn't approve of her dancing in public, but she continued anyway. For Diana, dance was more than just a hobby. It was a way to show her free spirit and individuality, which made her so beloved by many. Even though Charlotte and Diana never met, their shared love for dance seems to connect them in a special way. For Diana, dance wasn't just about the steps. It was about finding freedom and happiness in a world full of rules. Charlotte, too, seems to have found that same joy. Prince William once mentioned how much Charlotte loves to twirl around the house in her ballet dresses. It's easy to picture her spinning gracefully. Lost in her own world of music and imagination, this playful image feels like an echo of Diana's lively and free-spirited personality. William has also said that Charlotte's younger brother, Louis, admires her and tries to copy everything she does. This shows that Charlotte's love for dance not only makes her happy, but also inspires those around her. For Diana, dance was a source of strength during difficult times, a way to express feelings she couldn't always say out loud. Charlotte's connection to dance is still growing, but it's already clear that it makes her happy and lets her explore her creative side. Kate often talks about how Charlotte is learning to balance her royal duties with her personal interests, just like Diana did. But it doesn't mean Charlotte is not preparing for her royal duties. Princess Charlotte is reportedly getting special training to prepare her for royal life, and it seems Princess Anne is playing a big role in teaching her. According to sources, Charlotte is learning many skills that will help her navigate the responsibilities and challenges of being a royal. This isn't just about learning basic things like how to curtsy or where to stand at events. An insider shared that Princess Anne is helping Charlotte understand more complex aspects of royal life, like how to handle conversations. For example, Anne has shown Charlotte how to start a conversation in a polite and engaging way, but also how to end one gracefully without upsetting anyone. This is something even Kate, Charlotte's mother, had to work hard to learn. But for Charlotte, growing up in the royal family makes these lessons feel more natural. There are also ongoing discussions about Charlotte possibly inheriting a very special royal title in the future. Princess Anne currently holds the title of the Princess Royal, which is traditionally given to the eldest daughter of the monarch. If Charlotte's father, Prince William, becomes king, it's expected that Charlotte might take on this title someday. However, this can only happen after Princess Anne's passing because the title can only be held by one person at a time. It's not an automatic process, though. Charlotte would have to agree to accept the title when it is offered. This tradition has been in place for a long time, and many believe Charlotte will follow it, but nothing is certain. The idea of Charlotte becoming the Princess Royal has been discussed in royal circles and even on popular media platforms. Richard Eden, a royal commentator, mentioned this on the Palace Confidential podcast. He explained that the title usually goes to the monarch's eldest daughter, so it makes sense that Charlotte could receive it when the time comes. However, he also pointed out that it's entirely up to Charlotte. She may choose to accept the title, or she could decide not to. As Eden said, no one can predict the future, and Charlotte's path will depend on many factors. For now, Charlotte's focus is on learning and growing within the royal family. With guidance from Princess Anne, she is being prepared for the important role she may play in the future. Princess Anne's lessons are likely to shape Charlotte's confidence and understanding of how to manage public life. These lessons are not just about following rules, but also about reading subtle cues and maintaining control in different situations. This kind of training is unique to the royal family and helps its members handle the pressures and expectations that come with their roles. Charlotte's connection to Princess Anne is particularly meaningful because Anne has been a respected figure in the royal family for many years. Known for her hard work and dedication, Princess Anne is considered a role model for younger royals like Charlotte. By learning from Anne, Charlotte is gaining valuable insights that will help her as she grows older and takes on more responsibilities. The relationship between the two shows how the royal family passes down traditions and knowledge from one generation to the next. If Charlotte eventually becomes the Princess Royal, it will be another milestone in her journey as a member of the royal family. This title carries historical significance and reflects the importance of the role the eldest daughter of the monarch plays. While this might seem far off, the steps Charlotte is taking now are preparing her for that possibility. Whether it's learning to handle conversations, understanding royal protocols, or building her confidence, these lessons are shaping her future. The decision to accept the title, if it comes, will be Charlotte's to make. It will depend on what the future holds for her and how she sees her role in the royal family. For now, Charlotte is growing up surrounded by guidance, tradition, and support from her family, especially Princess Anne. This preparation ensures that, no matter what path she chooses, she will be ready to handle the responsibilities that come her way.